is on a different wall or a different side of the room than the food is.
Clever. I think I've been at parties where you've done my instinct was like, "Let's have all the food and the drinks here." And you were like,
Right.
"No, no, no." And that it really does work, especially if you can do it, like, inside and outside, so you get
Yeah, that's even better.
people really mixing and traversing.
Yeah, you want them to flow. Otherwise, people tend to just stick to the food
Yeah.
and, it can get tight there. And yeah, you want to give people a reason to have to mingle and move around.
Alright, a small craft for people to do unassisted.
So, Malika, I love crafts. That is I don't know, it brings me so much joy to do things with my hands. And I'm not very good at it, but I just really enjoy it. So I think that at a party, it's nice to give people something to do that is not just having to chat and talk. Like it
Mhm.
helps to provide another way in. It's another conversation piece. And it can also act as a favor, something that people can take with them. So, some examples of things that I've done are I love to have an orange and to stick cloves in an orange with
Mm.
ribbon. It smells really good and it looks pretty and it's something you can just put out around the holidays. Sometimes I've had ornaments, applesauce and cinnamon ornaments I've done before where people can decorate them or draw on them. Just something that is simple and easy and you can just lay it out on a table with maybe a little card with some simple instructions. And then I don't know, there's just something that brings to a party besides just talking.
Nice. I think that's smart for, like, younger people and or people who are introverted to have, like, a clear
Exactly.
thing to go to
Yes.
and still feel like you're really engaged and participating, or just to take a breather, you know?
Yeah. No, and I will even do, like sometimes I'll have gingerbread decorating or making gingerbread houses. So like even a more involved station for people
Mhm.
who want to do something more involved is something I might do as well. But, for any party, it's easy to put out something small for people
Yeah.
to tinker with.
Alright. Pedicure or nice socks?
Right. So some people say take off your shoes at their house. You never
Mm.
know. So plan ahead and make sure that your feet are the way that you would like them to look, whatever that is for you. Just put some thought into it and or some nice socks because you never know the house you're entering into if they're going to prefer you to take off shoes or not.
Nice.
Those are my tips. Okay, we're going to take a break and when we get back, we'll hear some of Malika's party tips. Okay, we're back with Malika's party tips. Let's see here. The first one is have a helper who gets there early.
So, it's just nice to have one person in the mix that's not you, that doesn't live there ideally,
Mm,
or I don't know, maybe that doesn't matter, but just a designated helper. Because I feel like, especially when it gets closer and closer to the time people arrive, when you're hosting, it just feels, like, hard to kinda get things done, and you can be in a whirlwind, so I think having someone who's just there to, like, also help getting things together. I feel like
mhm.
if a guest arrives early, you don't necessarily want to put them to work, and that can feel awkward, but if somebody is, like, a designated helper friend, then you can put them to work and not feel
Well, they signed up for it, right? So
exactly.
I have
Your
a couple
children.
of thoughts about this. Number one, don't show up early to a party.
Yeah.
Please do not show up early to a party.
Azizi, how's your dinner game these days?
Well, Malika, I used to struggle with what to cook for dinner.
You're cooking now?
Okay. Actually, my husband used to struggle with what to make for dinner. I mean, meal planning, grocery lists, yuck. But then we found Prep Dish. It's a weekly meal planning service that tells you exactly what to cook. And now they've partnered with Instacart, so your grocery list becomes a ready to go online cart.
Oh, what's in your cart, Azizi?
All of the Prep Dish ingredients, plus I can add energy drinks, chili crisp, lipstick, whatever, and check out in just a few clicks. Shopping online is so fun. The meals are family friendly, healthy, and super easy to prep. Dinner is easy to make, and now we look forward to new tasty meals.
Prep Dish is offering our listeners 2 weeks free. Just head to prepdish.com/happierladies to sign up. Again, that's prepdish.com/happierladies.
this is really, really important because, the person getting ready might be running late. The person getting ready might have just put in just enough time to, hurry and get themselves together before opening the door and welcoming guests. So try really hard to not get to the party early unless that was the arrangement that you had with them ahead of time. And then the second thing is, my girls are these people. They
Yes.
are the helpers and they know it. And actually, Gretchen and Liz talked about hiring help, and you could also pay your children if you want,
Yeah.
them to wash the dishes, for example, while the party's going. I definitely have that arrangement with my girls when we're hosting, and they've been such great help. And then the last thing I wanted to say was, Malika, when the girls were young, you were my party helper for their
I
birthday
remember.
parties. Do you
Yeah.
remember? I can always count on you to be the co-host with me, and that definitely made it feel more manageable and fun.
Yes. And you've been my party helper many times out here.
That's right. Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm out there, all of a sudden there's a party of some sort we're getting ready for. That's true. No, but it's a lot of fun to be in that role too. All right. Avoid cooking during the party if you can. Either way, make sure there's food ready to go when people arrive.
Okay. So I think for some people, if you're having a dinner party or something, it might be unavoidable. If you are cooking the dinner and that's your pride and joy, then of course you're going to be cooking. But I have definitely been a guest at parties where everyone's like, when is the food going to be ready?
Oh
Which
no.
is like the worst. Or the appetizers or just chips and dips that like go quickly. And then we're waiting for like 2 hours for more food. I feel like it's just too many things to navigate. And unless, again, that's your pride and joy and everybody knows the timeline, I think at least you can communicate what the timeline is so people don't come famished. But if you can just avoid cooking during the party, do that instead so that you can kind of enjoy it a little bit more. There's always going to be little things you're thinking of as a host, but, watching the stove and talking with people and greeting new people who come in, like that feels like a lot. So try to make it simple where you can.
This reminds me of the dinner party office episode,
Oh my
which
gosh.
is so classic. And they're all there waiting for dinner. And Pam asks, "Oh, like when is dinner ready?" And Jan says, "Oh, just 2 hours." And Pam is like, "You mean 2 hours from before when we got here?" She's like, "I'm just so hungry." Don't do that.
Don't
Definitely
do that.
have the food ready.
Yeah.
Good tip. Okay. And then we have create a playlist or station ahead of time and have it on before guests start arriving.
So this is all about making the vibes. Music is so powerful in terms of setting a tone. And I think it's a good idea to think ahead of time, what is the tone I want for this event? And then get into that before people start coming so that you
Oh,
can kind of be in it too. I think I've done this both ways where I'm like, oh yeah, people are here. Let's turn on some music. And then I've done it before where I like turn on the music and I start getting ready. And then it's like the whole day's a party. Like it just
hmm.
flows into it and you can kind of take advantage of that music and those vibes while you are actually preparing for the event.
I like that. So you're creating the vibes for yourself to get ready for the
Yes,
party, and then they continue when the guests arrive.
exactly.
I've never thought about that, but what a good idea. And it's a good way to have fun with the prep, also, right?
Yes, yes.
Nice. Thank you, Malika. So, Malika, you're up with a festive seasonal quote.
All right. This quote is from Pietro Argentino. Let us love winter, for it is the spring of genius.
Okay.
Just something to think about.
Something to ponder. Genius springs in the winter. I like that.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
If you like us, rate, review, and tell a friend, and don't forget to follow us. We'd love to hear what's making you happier. Send us a message at happierladies@gmail.com.
Our theme music was created by Wyatt Muncie.
And you can find us on Instagram at happierladies and on the web at happierladies.com. All right, Malika, happy Podmas.
Happy Podmas, Easy. Bye.
Bye.
You can find our show notes in the episode description. If you like us,
You really want to do that line, don't you?
it's because in the regular episodes, that's the line that I do. Sorry.
That's okay.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.